Hello, and welcome to the Oklahoma Virtual Transfer College Fair. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or post a more general question to hear responses from all of our attendees or participants today. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This has been one of many different sessions, so we hope that you're signed up for additional sessions this afternoon. And this presentation is being recorded. It will be available, as are all of our presentations, within about a week at the same website where you registered. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters to begin. We are box A3 right here. So our first presentation today will be from the University of North Texas.
All right, good morning, everyone. So thank you, Jennifer, for facilitating for us today. My name is Michael Klink. I am an admissions counselor with the University of North Texas, and I am, in fact, the admissions counselor for Oklahoma. So if you have any questions about the admissions process, about UNT, or anything like that, please jot down my email and feel free to email me at any time, and I'd be happy to get back to you. So just to talk about UNT a little bit here. So we are a four-year public university in the state of Texas. We're located in Denton, Texas, which is about 30 to 45 minutes north of both Dallas and Fort Worth. So we're very close to two major cities in Texas, which means there's a lot of opportunities to get a job once you graduate, and I'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. But this is just kind of the basic information. So we've been around for a while. We started off in 1890. We are a large university, so we've got about 40,000 students on our campus now. So again, one of the larger schools in the state of Texas. And we are a Tier 1 research institution. So only about 115 of those in the nation. So very proud of that distinguishment. So if you are interested in research, UNT is a great place to be. So to talk about the DFW Metroplex a little bit, if you're not familiar, basically we're talking about Dallas area, the Fort Worth area, and the surrounding cities such as Grapevine, Frisco, Arlington. That's what we're talking about when we talk about the DFW Metroplex. Not only do we have our sports teams such as the Dallas Cowboys, the Mavericks, we have fantastic museums, great places to eat, always something happening in the DFW Metroplex. But what's most important for you as a student looking to get their education, we were named the best job market in the country by the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So that makes it a fantastic place for you to come and get your education, get an internship, and get a job once you're ready to graduate. So we have over 105 undergraduate degrees to choose from and over 200 degrees total if you're interested in further pursuing your education after your undergrad. And those degrees range from, and the 14 colleges listed here, so education, engineering, visual arts and design, music, journalism, business. You can see that we have majors in pretty much anything you could think of. So I really think that we have a major for 99% of people who are interested in pursuing a degree in higher education. Outside of our academics, we have over 400 student organizations on our campus. So there are a lot of ways to get involved at UNT, whether you want to join the Student Government Association, the Pride Alliance, the Office of Spiritual Life, or maybe you want to join something that's more academic in nature, such as the Real Estate Club or something like that. There's going to be something for you to get involved in on our campus. And if you, for whatever reason, you have an interest that isn't already represented, then you can get a group of friends together, find a faculty member, and start an organization on your own. So again, along with the academic side, we also believe that we have something for everyone on our campus. UNT is a Division I school when it comes to athletics. So we have 16 NCAA Division I teams, including football, basketball, women's soccer, cross country, swimming and diving, and some more not listed there. And we're very proud of our our athletics at UNT, our academics too, of course, but athletics. So if you're someone who likes to go to football games or basketball games, those are free for students. So you can just go in and attend one of our football games. And it's always a lot of fun to do so. So we do not charge our Oklahoma residents out-of-state tuition. We do charge in-state tuition plus a slight premium on that rate. But if you see there, if you're comparing it to the traditional out-of-state fees, you're saving about $5,500 per semester when comparing the Oklahoma rate to the out-of-state fees. Now, the other part of that is if you get a competitive scholarship over $1,000, which we do have transfer scholarships starting at $1,000, then the Oklahoma fees would actually be waived. Therefore, you are being charged true in-state tuition and you have that scholarship on top of it. So it might, if you're thinking about going out of state and you're thinking about coming to Texas, not too far away, but also, you know, close enough where you could head home if you needed to, then you're not wanting to pay the outrageous out-of-state costs, then UNT could be a great option for you. So this slide right here is mainly for our incoming freshmen. However, if you have under 30 credit hours, then you would need to meet these requirements as well. But for our transfer students, basically what we look at is what is your cumulative college GPA. So if you are between 30 and 45 credit hours, then you would need a 2.5. And if you are above a 4.0, above 45 credit hours, then a 2.25 is typically what we're looking for in that cumulative college GPA. So our scholarships will typically start around the 3.0 mark. So I definitely recommend, get that GPA as high as you can. We do have some preview events coming up. So on the 24th and 11/14, check out our website there if you're interested in getting a more holistic view of UNT. And again, if y'all have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day and a great weekend.
Great. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing more about the University of North Texas. Our next presentation will be from Kansas Wesleyan University.
Okay. All right, so hi everyone, my name is Mary. I'm an admissions counselor at Kansas Wesleyan University. If you have any questions during the presentation, I will happily answer those for you. There's also a short video at the end just to show you our campus and how we have adjusted to COVID-19. As of this year, KW has a total enrollment of 803 students. We pride ourselves on the amazing connections formed between professor and student. Our professors are not only here to teach, but to advise and mentor to help students gain the experience they need and provide the knowledge that will help them be successful in their fields. We have a fully accredited nursing program, the only emergency management program in the state of Kansas, and a newly added social work program. KWU has a successful athletics program as well as a thriving fine arts department with performances and games throughout the year, and we would love to have you here to attend those. Because of the numerous connections our professors have throughout the Salina community, which is where we're located, it allows our students to intern in various businesses as well as provide part-time and full-time job opportunities with 14,000 plus hours of community service, job shadowing, and internship hours. We devote ourselves in helping our students create numerous connections with our community while attending KW. Salina's population is around 50,000, so you not only get the college town feel, but the full benefits of a close-knit community. If not all, most full-time students attending Kansas Wesleyan are awarded some amount of institutional aid, including our transfer students. Depending on your GPA, you can be awarded one of our academic scholarships. As you see on the slide, you can compete to win a scholarship from one of our many competition days, or you can qualify for our state line grant, which all students in Oklahoma, Colorado, Nebraska, and Missouri qualify for. We reward students based on academic and involvement on campus, making education much more financially accessible. Here at KWU, we have the power of and. The power of and stands for all the unique identities that each and every student brings to campus. We like to encourage you to participate in clubs and activities that may be of interest. One of our students, his name is Micah, he's involved in wind and percussion ensemble, choir, the Philharmonic, our Rise Up band, our student ministry, the Howl, which is our pep band, peer ministry, community praise band, and he works for the Salina Symphony in town, so a ton of stuff. He's also just a sophomore, and he's part of our education program. So all the support he receives from our professors allows him to balance these clubs and activities, all while being successful in the classroom. So if you're a student who has multiple interests, we encourage you to pursue them all here. Finally, we'd love to have you join the pack. Applying is free and simple. I've included our fee waiver code in this presentation. It's the KWU REP. If you're interested, I can send you the direct link to when my presentation is over. Just send me a little message in the Q&A. And then to finish up, here's the video created by one of our talented alumni who is currently a graduate assistant videographer in our marketing and communications department. Yeah. Give it a second. Oh no.
When we left in March, we didn't know when we'd come back. When we'd see our friends again, compete for our school, or support other coyotes. Things may look different. It will take work to protect ourselves, each other, and the community. But our motto is victory, not without toil. We're back.
I'm here to support you, every one of you, black, white, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter your background. I believe that you have an opportunity to be successful here at Kansas Wesleyan.
And that is my presentation.
Great, thank you so much, Mary, for sharing more about Kansas Wesleyan. Our next presenter will be Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
Okay, like she said, I am from Southwestern Oklahoma State University, or SWOSU as we like to call it. We are about an hour west of Oklahoma City, right off of I-40. Our average enrollment is about 5,000 students, give or take a few. So we are a pretty decently sized university. We are a D2 institution. We are pretty well known for our pharmacy department. You can actually get your Pharm D from SWOSU. And then, so just like your doctorate in pharmacy. And we also have a rapidly growing parks and recreation department. So if you have any interest in doing anything with like wildlife law enforcement in general, or like being a game warden. You could do that at SWOSU. And then we also have a music therapy program that not a lot of people know about. But those are just kind of some of the things we do. We are offering in-person tours right now. So if you have any interest in that, you can call our office and we'd love to get you set up. But we'll go ahead and get started. So as far as admissions criteria for transfer students, if you have 24 hours completed, we only need your previous college transcript. If you have less than 24 hours completed, we need your previous college transcript along with your high school transcript. As far as academic scholarships go, for transfer students, once you apply to SWOSU, you will then be put into the scholarship pool. And then after that, you'll be notified what scholarship you qualify for or what scholarship money you can get. We don't actually have any scholarship applications to fill out here at SWOSU. It all basically goes off of what, like, you just put into the pool, and then financial aid, whatever, disperses it from there. We do accept Oklahoma's Promise, any grants, FAFSA, anything like that that you get. Oklahoma does, or SWOSU does accept that. Okay, as far as cost per semester. Per semester, our cost is about $7,400, and that is based off of 15 hours being taken. So this tuition and fees, that's for 15 hours. So if you take more, it'll be more. If you take less, it'll be less. Academic fees, and then room and board. One thing I like to point out at SWOSU, you never have to live on campus. Not as a freshman, not as a senior, not as a transfer student. You never have to live on campus. So this $28.85, if you decide not to live on campus, that'll just be taken out of the cost. But obviously it will be paid elsewhere. But as far as paying that to SWOSU, you won't actually have to pay that. And then we do have a parking and safety fee of $25 a semester. And then as far as books, you are a transfer student, you've probably bought textbooks before. You know that paying $600 for textbooks is not the case all the time. There's other options. So by all means, we do have a bookstore here on campus, but I personally would say use your other options, get it the cheapest way possible. We do have a virtual campus preview day coming up on Saturday, November 14th. Scan this QR code and you can get you registered for that, or you can email us at admissions@swasu.edu or call this phone number 580-774-3782 and we can get you signed up for that virtual preview day. It'll just kind of be a good day for all of our different departments to talk about. So as a transfer student, you probably know what you're transferring to SWOSU for. However, if you don't, all of our different departments are going to talk in like 15, maybe 20-minute increments. And then they'll just kind of talk about what that different department is, what kind of degrees you can get at SWOSU. So if you have any interest in that, that would be a good way to kind of see maybe what track you would like to take without having to come take a tour out here. And then this last one is going to be our website. Should take me to that. I think I'll have to reshare my screen. New share. Let's do this. Share. Okay, this is our website. Let me go full screen. So it is new, but as a transfer student, this right here is the apply button. That's how you will apply to the university. This our Go SWOSU. This is kind of where all of our, if you get to our Canvas, all that other type of stuff. Admissions. This is also where you can apply, or this is that SWOSU Saturday thing I was telling you about. And then if you can't remember price, anything like that, everything is right here in our prospective view book, and you can look in there and kind of also get some other good information about SWOSU. But this will be just kind of a good thing to use when you're thinking about transferring to SWOSU. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. Like I said, my name is Hayden Pretty. Hayden.pretty@swasu.edu is how you contact me, or you can call us and we'd love to help you out. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Hayden. To our attendees, just a quick reminder, we have that Q&A box. You've heard from 3 great schools. We have 2 more to go. We'd love to have a question from you. It could be if you'd like to hear a little bit about a certain major that you're looking for and which of these schools have that program. It could be double checking on some admissions information or contact info, something about student life on campus, anything at all are great questions to ask, and we can have all of our presenters weigh in or you can direct it to a specific school to answer through the Q&A box. Our next group that's up next school is Midwestern State University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reginald Peak. I am the transfer counselor.
Reginald, just a quick question. Are you going to turn on your camera or?
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
I wanted to let you know.
There you go. So sorry about that.
2020.
My name is Reginald Peak. I am the transfer counselor at MSU Texas. And just like, I'm going to be going over some very important topics about our campus, about our programs that we do have to offer at MSU, and of course, ways that students can come visit our great campus. Okay, so here is my contact. So if you guys have any questions, about transferring to our college, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am a walking resource for you guys for transferring to our college. So please just give me a call or just shoot me an email at any time. So MSU is located in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is about 2 hours from the DFW Metroplex and about 2 hours away from Oklahoma City. And so we actually sit about 10 to 15 minutes from the Oklahoma border. And so we're in that sweet spot just for students who want some Texas flair with their college experience. We have just about 6,000 students with a faculty to student ratio of 18:1, and of course, an average class size of 23 students. As a senior at MSU in 2020, my largest class size was 23 students. And of course, my smallest class size was 6 students. So that was perfect because I got to really know my classmates and then also my professors as well. We have just over 100 different clubs and orgs for our students to choose from. So that'll range from Gamers United to our Baptist Student Ministry. So there's something literally for everyone to do at MSU Texas. And if you're thinking about rushing or going Greek, we do have over 14 Greek life chapters for our students to choose from on our great campus. We have 20 different rec sports such as basketball, there's flag football, there's volleyball, and slow pitch softball. MSU housing, we have 6 different of our residence life places to live on our great campus. There are a total of 4 dorms and 2 of our apartment complexes. Now, most of our transfer students will typically tend to stay inside of our Sundance Court or our Sun Watcher Village. Those are our 2 apartment complexes that we have on our great campus. Our programs that we offer, we have 6 different colleges and over 50 plus majors for our students to choose from. Our 2 most popular colleges is our Dillard College of Business, which houses all of our business majors, management, our marketing majors, and then our second most popular major, our college, is our health sciences. It's going to include our nursing, our dental hygiene, our respiratory care, and we are the only school in Texas that has a radiology program. Transfer requirements. Transfer students just have to have a 2.0 on all coursework and of course just have more than 18 college credits at the time of transferring. And so if you have less than that 18 college credits, please plan to turn in your high school transcripts as well. Now, the application process, go to Apply Texas, pay the $40 fee, turn in transcript, and that's it. It's a super easy process for getting started here at MSU. Affordability. We are very affordable for our Oklahoma residents. with our average cost of tuition being a tad bit less than $11,000, and then it's factored in your room and board. That's like so probably an additional $9,500 for a total of a little bit less than $19,000. And that is not going to be including any FAFSA loans or grants that you may receive. So I would definitely encourage you guys to come and visit our great campus. We are currently doing tours Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. Students do have to register beforehand on our campus website and also wear a mask as well. Also, there is our Mustangs Rally, which is our virtual, it is our largest scale event that is now virtual. So it is a open house. So like we're gonna have the doors open for all our students, deans, we're gonna have deans there, and like we're gonna have our professors there as well to kind of answer any and all questions that students have before getting started with us at MSU. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you, guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Reginald, for sharing more about Midwestern State University. Our fifth school tonight will be Fort Lewis College.
All right. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing today? I'm Michael Hellman. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Fort Lewis College. I'm responsible for recruitment in Oklahoma. And can you guys see my screen all right?
Yes, Michael, it looks great and we can hear you.
Splendid. So I'm going to tell you about Fort Lewis College, located in beautiful Durango, Colorado. We are up at about 6,800 feet, so definitely elevation change. Coming down from the flatland, I know when I came from New England, where I grew up initially, it was a change, but it was a great change. You will notice that you will never burn calories faster than at elevation. And once you get used to it, it's just like cheap exercise. But anyway, Fort Lewis is a school of about 3,500 students. So we're a small school. And with that comes all the perks you would expect from a smaller university. So we can boast of, small class sizes, about 30% or 79% of our classes have 30 or fewer students. 100% of our classes are going to be taught by a faculty member. We're not interested in having, graduate students teach you guys. It's going to be our professors teaching you. We're primarily an undergraduate institution, and we really commit to our undergrads. You're going to see here also Fort Lewis is committed to diversity in a whole bunch of various ways. So first of all, you will see on the presentation, we are a majority minority institution. So over 50% of our students do identify as students of color. We're proud to be represented by 173 different Native American tribes and Alaska Native villages. Fort Lewis has been a popular draw for students coming from those groups for a while, for a couple different reasons, which I'll get into in a little bit. But we're very proud of that. We're also proud of the fact that we're pretty close to an even split of 50-50 in-state and out-of-state residents. So if you're concerned about being, for example, the only student from Oklahoma, don't be. You definitely won't be. And so, Fort Lewis it means a lot of different things to different people. You can see here, of course, we do emphasize our class sizes, but regardless of what you want to do, we probably offer it. So this is a big list. I won't make you guys read it all. The bigger programs on campus are things like business, engineering, biology, and psychology. And we also get to take advantage of a lot of our natural resources through our adventure education and our geology majors as well. So I'd like to highlight those ones. But as you can see, we have a lot of different things to choose from. 4-year degrees. We are a 4-year public institution. So that's, the sort of what we offer, and if that's the sort of institution you're looking for, then that's what I hope you will consider with Fort Lewis. At Fort Lewis, we're big on getting your learning inside and outside of the classroom. So while we do believe that there are important things to be learned from a textbook, we think that's just the tip of the iceberg. And so, whether it's our study abroad programs, which are going to be funded by any financial aid you do receive at Fort Lewis, you can take your financial aid with you, or, some of our internships to some of our just really cool opportunities. So for example, with our business program, we run something called Hawk Tank because we are the Skyhawks. It's our version of Shark Tank. If you guys have seen the show, students come up with an idea, for their own business, their own entrepreneurial idea. They speak to a group of potential investors and try and convince them to invest in their product and, get some really, really well-known and accomplished folks to help support them in their own business ventures. We also allow students to, potentially run their own franchise after graduation, and it's a really sweet opportunity. Research with professors, again, since we're almost all undergrad, it's really, really common to see students do research as undergraduates and sometimes even get published in major journals. So if you're interested in doing that sort of thing, I definitely do recommend checking Fort Lewis out. You'll also see that there's a lot going on campus. So we compete in our athletics at the Division II level. Currently, we are the #3 mountain bike team in the nation. We've been #1 before, hope to be #1 again. Fort Lewis has a pretty outdoorsy vibe, which is why, Outdoor Pursuits is our biggest club on campus. They rent gear to students. So like if you want to try to learn how to ski, for example, or you want to learn how to ice climb or how to fish and you don't know how to do it, but you don't want to buy gear, this is a great opportunity. We really try and make the outdoors accessible to you guys. And if outdoorsy stuff is something that is not for you at all, that's okay. Fort Lewis does have a sizable outdoor community, but that's not all we do. We have about 60 different clubs on campus and all sorts of things, cultural organizations, sort of more laid back social clubs, more serious, sort of more organized clubs, club sports, things of that nature. A lot going on campus for you guys. And then, of course, there are lots of ways to save. So for our transfer students, we do operate on a rolling admission basis, so you can apply pretty much when you'd like. We're going to want around 24 credits from you to be considered a transfer student. We also are test optional this year, so we do not require SAT or ACT scores in any form. For most transfer students, if you're old enough, that's not an issue anyway, but I'd like to highlight it. If you're thinking about it, we don't need them. The big thing that draws a lot of students to Fort Lewis is our Native American tuition waiver. We are one of 2 colleges in the entire country to offer free tuition for any student that is part of a federally recognized Native American tribe or Alaska Native village. And so, that's been a consistent draw, and it really shows Fort Lewis's commitment to equity and access. And I really appreciate an institution that, gives students that opportunity. If you'd like more information on how to get that process started, please do let me know, and I will be happy to get you started with that process. It's pretty straightforward, but that's why, for example, 41% of our student body is Native American or Alaska Native, and so, that's definitely a big part of the culture here at Fort Lewis. And we, of course, have a whole bunch of different scholarships which I'd love to talk to you about as well. So cost of attendance breakdown is as follows. You guys are looking at that out-of-state rate. I would love to tell you guys more about how to save and ways to make that affordable. We're committed as a public institution to serving the public, and all sorts of cool things in Durango for you. I encourage you guys, visit our open houses if you have a chance. We're running in person for now, and I hope to see you guys on campus soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing more about Fort Lewis. Right now, we want to give our attendees a last chance to think of any questions they may want to ask our representatives. And while we give that time, we would love to have all of our representatives come back on camera and kind of join together as a group. So welcome back, everybody. Hi. So in the same order that you gave your presentations, I would love each of you to share an event, tradition, experience, something that is, something that your campus really looks forward to and really kind of shows some of that campus spirit of the student experience. And we'll start with University of North Texas.
Yeah, I mean, really the only thing that comes to mind right off the bat here is, speaking of transfer students specifically, I was a transfer student coming to UNT. So they really just made me feel like, that they were going to help me as far as choosing the major that I needed to, helping, put the credits where they need to go. If I wanted to change my major, they would point me in the right direction to make sure that I felt like I was at home and that I wasn't going to be in school forever. And I know that's a big concern for transfer students because I was in those shoes as well. So again, if y'all have any questions about the admissions process, reach out to me. And if you need help with anything with your credits or anything like that, let me know and I can get you pointed in the right direction.
Kansas Wesleyan, go right ahead.
Yeah, so our transfer students usually find home here on campus, pretty similar. We have a lot of good placement rate ratios going on. A lot of our students actually graduate already with a job. So we work really hard to invest in our students and their future outside of college. We have a really fun student campus population for sure. Sports are really big here, and our football team is currently undefeated, just a little and so campus games, athletics, everyone goes in and supports each other. And one little cute tradition, we are the coyotes here, so you'll hear roll yotes all the time. But we have a coyote statue and we rub its nose for good luck. And so they're just fun little things around our campus like that.
Hayden, you can go ahead for Southwestern Oklahoma.
Okay, so I would probably say that one of my favorite things about SWOSU is that we have a wellness center on campus that is completely free for all students. It has 3 basketball courts in it, walking track, workout equipment, everything. It is completely free for students to use from 6 to 11. We also, like I talked about, our Parks and Recreation Department, but because we have the Parks and Recreation Department, we have what's called Crowder Lake. It is a very oversized pond, undersized lake, but you can kayak, paddleboard, fish, ropes courses, rock walls, zip lining. You can camp there, you can do walking trails. You have a fishing boat, which surprisingly a lot of students in Western Oklahoma have fishing boats, but you can take that out to the lake, and all of that is completely free for students to use, along with all sporting events on campus are free. So we realize that Western Oklahoma may not be Oklahoma City, but we do a lot of things to cater to our students and allow them to have a great time while they're here for however long that they're here for.
Hey guys, me from MSU again. I think the biggest thing that I want to share about our campus is that we make it easy for our students to transfer to our college. We are walking resources for our students. You guys are not going to be 1 in 50,000. You guys are going to be 1 in 6,000. Just with a dedicated staff that is here to help you from every step, from from applying to graduation. We are here for you guys. And I think the biggest thing as far as fun events that we have on our campus would be our homecoming week. And I want to say the biggest event that we put on is our cardboard boat race, because we do have a small lake, a oversized pond as well, that's on our campus. And then kind of during our homecoming, all of our student clubs and orgs will try and make a cardboard boat out of nothing but cardboard and duct tape. And kind of the whole goal is to kind of get your boat from the farthest end and back. Usually they don't make it. I want to say we have about 75 clubs, orgs. I want to say that maybe 5 will get back to shore, but it's just a fun time for us to get for us to come together and just have a great time with all of our students.
Hey everybody. So one thing I'd like to highlight, and you can sort of see by my Zoom background, is just the amazing natural resources we have by Fort Lewis. So we are within a couple hours of about 6 different national parks, multiple 14,000-foot peaks if that's your thing, right? Just amazing history as well. You can see where some of the earliest civilizations in America sort of came and developed, and there's still stuff like at Mesa Verde National Park. It's really stunning, right? And like my background here, you can drive to within a day, and it's one of those things that, like, coming from the East Coast originally, I sort of was like, oh, it's probably pretty out there, but it really just knocks your socks off, and on campus we have a whole bunch of cool events, and I would of course love to tell you guys more about that as well.
Awesome. Thank you all for just giving a little bit extra about each of your campuses and the experience there. And I definitely now think of a new way to think about small lakes, bigger ponds from some of our representatives as well. That was awesome. Well, we're coming to a close of our time here as we are, I'm not seeing any more questions, but I would really encourage our attendees and anyone watching this later to please reach out to each of these institutions to learn more about them. You've just gotten a sneak peek today, but by connecting with your admissions representatives, heading to their website, you can definitely get more information that can help you in your college search for where you are looking to transfer and make those next steps in your education. So just wanted to start off with saying thank you to all of our representatives for joining us today, for sharing not just facts, but also the obvious energy and passion you have for the amazing opportunities for students on each of your campuses. So thank you. And thank you to our attendees for taking time out of your day as well to come and watch. When you all close your window, you'll be connected to a link with a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide for us. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so we hope that you'll be signed up for additional sessions this afternoon. In about a week's time, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings available for you to review. And that brings us to our close today. So thank you so much again for everyone joining us. We hope you enjoyed the presentations, and I hope that you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks and goodbye.